शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोऽस्तुते। शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योति नमोऽस्तुते।
शरीराय गुणमण्डिता गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रवेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डा गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गणेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमध्याय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्थाने गुरुविक्रमाय पुण्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्मसदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्राते गुरुपाखण्डकण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि बोधपुल्पाय गन्धमस्ताय भोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डा गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गणेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गणेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि।
Thank you, Mr. Arvind Sharma.
May the slides guide us through our academic and professional journeys ahead.
To commence the inaugural ceremony, I have the honor of inviting our dignitaries to the stage. First, may I invite Dr. V. Jayashree, Dean and Director in charge of Veerya ISM, to join us on the stage. Next, I invite Shri JSS Venkateshwar Rao Garu, President of Veerya ISM, to kindly take the stage. May I now invite Rekha Sishka Garu, Global Talent Strategist and Board Member, to please join us. Now, I request Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad Garu, Executive Director, Association of Indian Management Schools, to come forward. It is my pleasure to now invite our guest of honor, Devi Prasad Dash Garu, Chief Human Resource Officer at Apollo Health and Lifestyle Limited. And finally, we are truly privileged to welcome our chief guest, Srideep Kesavan Garu, Chief Executive Officer of Varadhi to this stage. We acknowledge the presence of Sri Ramakrishna Chinnam Garu, Dr. Madan Mohan, Dr. Chakravarti, Professor Irfan, Dr. Jayant Reddy, Dr. Suranarayana, and Dr. Srikanth. Thank you, sirs, for gracing this occasion.
To begin the proceedings, may I now invite the inaugural lead coordinator, Dr. Jagdish.
Very good morning, one and all. May I hear good morning from everyone?
Good morning, sir.
I did not hear.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. I welcome for the Varadhi batch of 2025-27, respected President Sir, GSS Rao Sir, Treasurer, PBISM, Sri Ramakrishna Chinnam Sir, Chief Guest, today's Chief Guest, Mr. Srideep Kesavan, Guest of Honor, Mr. Devi Prasad Dash, today's special invitees, Ms. Lekha Sister Ma'am, and Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad Garu, Dean and In-Charge Director, Dr. Ajay V. Of the dais, dignitaries, Dean, Dr. Chakravarti Sir, Dr. Madan Mohan, Director ABA, Director IMBA, Mr. Irfan Ulhaq Sir, Director BS Jayant Reddy Sir, Vice Principal Mr. Dr. Srikanth, colleagues, parents and students. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all for this Varadhi, especially the students who have chosen their course in PGDM to shape their career for the future. This 21-day course, bridge course, you will be learning the fundamentals of management, foundational concepts, and the essential skills. The academic planner is well set. It's wonderfully designed for you all. And I especially urge all the students here, especially. Today, maybe the dignitaries here, especially from the corporates, academic, and all various people are here. This is only to set a start to see the versatile skill set in them, what brought them to that level. We have to make some notes of that, inspirational things when they share here. This is all what we require. All the students have to do. Maybe senior students are also here in this crowd. Parents are here. I never ever think that this is for our children, but as you understand, please lay a foundation for the which when they go future. With this, I welcome you all, wishing you a great start and a successful learning experience ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
It is now our honor to invite the President, Shri GSS Venkateshwar Rao Garu, to share the inaugural message. Let's give a big round of applause of reserve and visionary efforts.
Good morning to one and all. I think you did not have breakfast. Had your breakfast? Yeah. I said good morning. Good morning. Yeah, got the energy. Respected dignitaries on the dais. Today, chief guest, Sri K7, CEO, Heritage Foods, and the guest of honor, Mr. Devi Prasad, Apollo Health and Lifestyle, and the special invitees, Lega Sister, Global Talent Strategist, and also we have Dr. Durga Prasad, Executive Director, AIMS, and Dr. Jayashree, a PGDM Director. Of the dais, core committee members, faculty members, staff, youth students, and parents. It is a privilege for me to be here on this auspicious occasion, that is inaugural ceremony, Varadhi, for the PGDM Class of 25 and 27. On behalf of management and faculty members, staff, I extend warm welcome to each and every one of you to Vishweshwari family. Firstly, let me congratulate all the students and parents joining their ward in Vishweshwari, having faith in institution as well as in management. Right? Give a big round of applause for the self for making the right choice. Here, I would like to share with you all about the journey of Vishweshwari and the facilities in the campus, and also few keys of success that will open the door to your future in corporate world. Right? Vishweshwari is a 2-decade-old institution offering various management programs like MBA, BBA, PGDM program, and BS Computer Science and BS Psychology. All our programs are approved by AICTE and Government of India. Right? It was a humble beginning in the year 1998, started in a rented premises, less than 2070, along with me, Mr. Acharya, and Sri Ramakrishna. So every 4 years, we have faced challenges, and successfully we could able to overcome. In the span of 2 decades, from 2070, now we have more than 2 lakh SFT buildings. Right? I strongly believe like we have 15-acre lush street campus with excellent that. We also have communication lab, computer lab, and also finance lab. And Vishweshwari has tied up with many companies. I think last year we were tied up with Infosys. There is a division called Springboard. Right? In that portal, around 100 certification programs are available for your learning and for your development. In the next 2 years, how many certificates would like to complete within that span of 2 years? Your dedication, your commitment to learning, it depends on that. If you complete at least 2 certifications, at the end of the PGDM program, apart from your degree, you will have at least 8 to 10 certification program, right? And we also have tie-up with National Stock Exchange to offer certification program. Real-time training will be given by industry experts when to buy a share, when to sell a stock, when to not to trade, what is happening in the global markets, how it affects Indian markets. The global markets are all interlinked, right? So, in that also, once you learn this art of investing, here, irrespective of any specialization, everybody will make money. Not only management graduates, it can be doctors, it can be engineers, or it can be lawyers. Everybody having a surplus money, or if you have hospitals like Apollo hospitals, definitely they are going to invest, right? Certain amount they expand, they cannot expand, right? They have to make investment certain part of profits, right? And the best part is that we have faculty members, those are having a rich industry as well as academia experience. They are expert in their respective field and they equip you with knowledge and skills and make you practical problem solving abilities, right? Give big round of applause for your mentors and faculty members. And as well as for placement is concerned, we have a dedicated placement team will be working for your internship as well as for placements. Mr. Dharmender is leading the placement for PGDM program. And for as far as aluminum is concerned, we have strong alumni network. Vishwavishwani have till now more than 5,000 management graduates have been passed out of this institution and working in many national and multinational companies spread across the globe. Right? As I told you, I will be sharing a few keys of success. Right? I want to know from your side, what is the industry experts from the management graduate? Anybody? What is the one thing or two things that management companies experts from the management graduate? Anybody can, a fresher student can share. Nobody? What is the one thing or two things the company insists from the management graduate? Anybody from seniors? Yeah. Communication skills. Right? Leadership. Who said leadership? Give a big round of applause. You see, you are such a weak and you are not trying. So how you are going to face the industry? Right? You should have courage to give the answer. If it's wrong also, it's okay. Right? You can learn. Right? You come for learning. Right? The first thing, knowledge. You should have a thorough business knowledge. Right? And the fundamentals of business in your domain area. Irrespective of your specialization, it can be marketing, finance, HR or business analytics. Right? And awareness of what is happening in the real world of business and trends in the market. Right? This is the first key. And I would like to share the second key is soft skill. You should ask yourself what kind of skills you are possessing. How many are good in communication? Just raise your hands. So I could see a couple of new students have raised their hand. Very good. Right? You should analyze yourself what kind of skills you are having right now and what kind of skills you would like to learn in the coming 2 years. It can be leadership skills, it can be communication skills, it can be social skills, it can be people skills, it can be financial skills. Right? You have to equip these skills in the coming 2 years. I assure you that you will have more offers from the companies. Right? Your commitment to the PGDM program should be 100%. Right? There is no free lunch in business. Right? You are all raw product. There are recruiters also here, right? How many will buy a recruiter raw product? Anybody? Shall we? Anybody will eat raw, like how baked bread? Yes or no? No, right? Every company is a finished product. I mean to say, you are all raw diamonds to be polished like a diamond, right? For that, you should have a passion for learning. Don't confine learning to the classrooms. Learning can happen through online, or learning can happen outbound training program, or learning can happen through industrial visits or through observation, right? So, once you equip with knowledge, skills and certification, I'm assuring you, the more offers will you get, you will crack the company, right? Before I conclude, one more key I would like to add that will be useful throughout your life. What is ROI? Anybody?
Return on investment.
Who said? Just raise your hand. What's your name? Pardon? Nisha. Give a big round of applause to Nisha. Wonderful. Return on investment. Right? We are investing in business at 10 lakhs rupees. Right? As an entrepreneur, you expect a return of 20%. Right? What is the 20% of 10 lakhs? 2 lakhs. Right? Similarly, if you are investing in public sector companies by government, they invest crores, they generate employees, right? What are public sector companies? Anybody? Pardon? What are public sector companies? Bank, VDL, VHL, right? Similarly, you will be having a private limited companies like Infosys, Reliance, right? They also make profits, but they share their profit in the form of dividends, right? Now we have government employees, they are risk averse, they are not risk seeker. Many parents may be government employees. Generally, they invest in FDs. What is, if you are investing 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs, what is the return if you are investing in a bank of FD? What is the return? 7%? Good. Congrats. Right? So, similarly, you are investing in a cryptocurrency or a stock market or a Bitcoin. What is the return? 10%, 20%, 100%, 1000%? Unlimited. Very good. But you can lose your entire capital also. Risk, high the risk, high the return. Right? So similarly, you are investing your time, your energy, your money, parents' money. Your job is to learn skills and develop multiple skills. Right? Then only you will be successful in your life. Before I conclude, say everybody along with me, I am a champion. I can achieve anything else. I am a champion. I can achieve anything in this life. So repeat. I can achieve anything in this life. I wish you all the success in your future endeavors. Have wonderful learning in the coming 2 years. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now comes a glimpse of what life at VVISM truly looks like. The energy, the events and the experiences.
And now it's your turn to create memories, make friends, and leave your mark at VVISM. From today, you're not just students, you're part of a story that keeps getting better.
We are honored to have with us the distinguished guests from academia and industry today. It's time to hear from those who inspire and lead.
May I now take the honor of introducing a very special invitee to today's event, Ms. Lekha Sista Garu, Global Talent Strategist. Ms. Lekha Sista is a Global Talent Strategist, consultant and advisor in areas of leadership, culture architecture and business transformation. Ms. Lekha carries with her over 4 decades of rich global corporate experience across a variety of industries, with the last 2 decades in leadership and CXO positions. She is also a qualified independent board member and now serves on the boards of academic institutions, corporates and startups. Having been educated at some of the best academic institutions in India, she received her Masters in Management from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. Ms. Lekha has won numerous awards for her passion and service to the field of HR and talent management. Among these were the Indira Gandhi Priyadarshini Award, HMA's HR Manager of the Year, the Asia Pac HR Women Super Advisor of the Year, Most Influential HR Leader in India, and was listed among the top 100 global HR tech minds at the World HRD Congress. In July 2019, she was recognized as a Visionary Women Leader 2019 by the reputed business APAC magazine, published out of Singapore. She is a popular speaker, a respected management faculty, and is an active member of many national and global associations dealing with professional development and empowerment of women. With her wealth of knowledge and inspiring leadership, may I now invite Ms. Lekha Sista Garu to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. So, how many of you are afraid today? Are you afraid of what's coming up? Are you conscious about the fact that you made a decision which cannot right now for the next 2 years at least be reversed? Is that in your mind? Remove it, because you made a great decision and we are here to be able to ensure that you're going to achieve what you aim to achieve. Okay? But one of the first things that I want you to think of is that you are no longer students. I know you've come from academia, from a graduate background, where it has been easy sailing in a lot of ways, but now you're going to be doing, and that too PGDM is a course where you're going to be having multiple subjects, multiple disciplines over the next 2 years, or about 18-20 months. You will need to be able to have that strength of purpose. You'll be able to need the courage of conviction, and more than anything else, put your fears aside and go ahead, pick up whatever you need to. One of the things that you need to remember is you are not a student any longer. You are to treat yourselves as management trainees. You are in training right now. Okay? So which means that you come with the discipline. You come with the characteristics that we want to see in you as you bridge campus to corporate. When you enter corporate, we need to see that strength in you of being a great manager. So you have to treat yourself, and I see many parents here as well. And thank you for being here, because it gives all the faculty and all of us on the days great confidence to see that you're here to be able to support your child over the next 2 years. We depend on you to be able to ensure that your child applies themselves beautifully to the 2-year program that we have here, which means that classes don't end at 4 or 4:30. Okay, they are expected to use that time of commute, of course, to get home and relax. But when they get home, they are expected to apply themselves to projects, to assignments. Be diligent about that. So please, all of you parents, forget about taking your child out to week movies, etc. Keep that for the weekend only. Okay? So you have to support us in this. Many of you who have heard me before know that I love to speak with acronyms, right? So whether it's the 5 S's of quality or the 4 M's of management, or what we used to call the 4 P's of marketing, and now we know it's the 31 P's of marketing. or my latest, which is of course called the 12 C's of Success, I want to start today's session with asking you to reflect on the 5 I's, which I believe are critical. And this I've taken from a book which is called The Happiness Trail by one of my classmates, Ramesh Venkateswaran. Of course, he wrote about this book for all of us in corporate India. But I think that it's extremely valuable for all of you, and I'm adapting those 5 I's to you freshers here today. So the first thing that I want you to do is, you have to interact. You cannot have an opportunity like was given to you by your president here. When he asks the question, if you're quiet, you've lost the opportunity to make sure that you are standing out. So you have to interact first with the faculty, within yourselves, with any guest that comes in here, even with the class 4 staff who are giving you tea and coffee. Every time you interact with somebody, you are going to open a new side to yourself, a new dimension. So you have to start talking. And please don't worry about the fact that, okay, you may not have the best of language skills. We do not expect all of us to be Shashi Tharoors here. So I don't want you all to think of big terms and big, language, very, very highfalutin. We just need to make ourselves understood. So the first thing is that you need to interact. The second I would like you to think of is you need to get involved. Involve yourself in not just every class, but involve yourself in any activity that there is in campus. Whether it is, just looking at maybe being part of a placement committee, maybe doing an assignment well, thinking about the fabulous bus service that we have, about I think 42 or 45 buses that we have. It's an exercise in logistics, So applying yourselves to things on the campus, taking part in inter-college competitions, intra-college competitions, class quizzes, and dances. Of course, Bhangra is very, very important. You need to be able to do that. I love the song, the invocation song that was sung here by one of your students, and I think actually my plea to the faculty here is, I think you have to get him into playback. He's really good. He's really, really good, right? So involve yourself in as many activities as you can. That's the second I. The third I would like you to think of is you have to imbibe. You have to absorb whatever is taught to you. And I know that you have excellent faculty, but 60 of you in a class will actually be more powerful than that one faculty here. So you need to imbibe between yourselves, absorb whatever they are saying, go back, study it, come back to the applications, understand cases, read the newspapers, listen to the news, see what's happening around you gives you an education beyond whatever you can get in the class. And you know that today with ChatGPT and all the Google and Bing and all the search engines, concepts are something that you will pick up very easily and you'll always have at your fingertips. But applications only come through the right kind of imbibing. So you need to start absorbing. You need to be with your antennae up at all times. You're going to the supermarket, you have to have your antennae up. You have to understand what's on the shelf, what's on the second shelf. Why is it that we have all these great things, at the checkout counters which make it difficult for us to pass by without picking up that chocolate at the last minute, right? So understand how you are being encouraged or tempted at all times with all kinds of experiences. I'm sure heritage foods will be another reason for them to be tempted very soon on campus, right? But that is your third I. The fourth I is impact. You have to create an impact where you are remembered. You are remembered, you are acknowledged, you are respected. So it could be whether in the community that you live in, it could be on campus, making an impact with others in the class, it could be amongst a small group, maybe going back to your college, going back to your school, making them understand how you have arrived at where you are. Creating that impact will allow you to continue to grow. Remember that, nobody carries your brand better than you. You're the only one who knows yourself. For the last 19, 20 years, you've known yourself. We do not know you well enough. How do we get to recognize your work? Only by you talking about it, making sure that we get to know about the real you. That's the fourth I. And the last one, and one which is very close to my heart, is that of integrity. We need to understand integrity. You are today at the bridge, as we call it, towards your corporate career or your entrepreneurial career, based on whatever you think, your business. You have to consider that it's your responsibility, it's your accountability. Whoever has asked you to do your MBA, that's different. But the fact that you've undertaken it, it's your decision. You own it, you're accountable for it. And you carry yourself with integrity. I know today with ChatGPT, it's very easy for you to be able to get your assignments done with everyone else. Right? You just call and ask ChatGPT and do your assignments. But remember also your faculty has been here longer than you and they know how to be able to catch you. So plagiarism is something that they will not take lightly. You have to make sure that you do not copy, and if you are quoting somebody, you have to give the source very correctly in that article. The other thing about integrity at the student level, your academic integrity, is whenever there is a case or an assignment or a project, make sure that you do not step over the heads of others in your group. Carry them along with you. You've got to make sure, because every team is only as strong as its weakest member. How do you make sure that they are also going to get their share of the limelight? How do you make sure that they shine as well? Because it's in that group that everyone shines together. It is a process of synergy. So these are the 5 I's. Can you repeat what they are, please? The first one? Interact. Very good. Second?
Involve.
Lovely. Involve. Third? Imbibe. Very good. Fourth? Impact. And fifth? Fabulous. Amazing. So I wish you very well. I want to leave you with the best of wishes and the best of blessings to all of you. I would love to interact with you sometime in the at a later stage also. And I'm sure I'm going to be very surprised that you people are not going to stop asking questions later. So thank you very much. And once again, parents, we are depending on you to be able to make sure that your children are successful at the end of these 2 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That was truly insightful. Now, it's my privilege to introduce Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad Garu, Executive Director of Association of Indian Management Schools, AIMS. Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad is currently the Executive Director of Association of Indian Management Schools, a networking body for B schools nationwide. Before joining AIMS, he served as the Director of Jyoti Institute of Management in Hyderabad. He has nearly 35 years of experience in academics, industry, and in research. His expertise lies in quality assurance and outcome-based education. He has guided 8 PhD candidates and published over 25 research papers in reputable journals. His areas of interest include HR, leadership, entrepreneurship. Dr. Durga Prasad is a board member of NHRT Network Hyderabad chapter and was a member of HMA Management Committee. With his vast academic and leadership experience, may I now invite Dr. Durga Prasad Garu to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you for the nice introduction. Dignitary is on the dais, and of the dais, parents, and the new batch of the students. At the outset, let me thank the management of BBISM for inviting me for this auspicious occasion. Thank you so much. I also congratulate the new batch of the students, that is class of 27, for choosing a progressive institution for their career in management. I appreciate it. So speaking after Lekha Sister's ma'am lecture or speech is very difficult. See, okay, right. She's, we had a lot of interaction. We know each other last 2.5 decades, and she is to guide me also. Right. When we ask the new batch of the students or any aspiring management graduate, why do you want to do an MBA program or a PGDM program? A common or a generic answer we all get is, I wanted to be a successful, or I want to be a successful entrepreneur, same time, it is also difficult. For being successful, you need to chalk out a plan. First, you have to start with a goal where you would like to see yourself, the plan of action, then implementation. As Lecture System has said, now you are no longer as a student, you are going to be a management trainee or a manager. Imagine and think yourself as a manager and start planning and where you would like to see yourself. And the time available to you is not, though the program, duration of the program is 24 months or 2 years and other things, but effectively you are going to have not more than a year or 365 days. Leaving the holidays, our academics and everything, you have effectively 365 days or a year, less than a year. Within 1 year, you need to develop your skills and up-skills in addition to your regular academic activity. The institute will offer the curriculum as per the program you choose, and the faculty will guide you. In addition to that, and also the role of the faculty at a master's level is not a teacher or a lecturer, there are facilitators. Everything you need to do on your own. And in addition to that, you have to develop extra skills. Maybe some certifications beyond the class hours, or learning certain skills. For example, you are not so strong in the networking, or you are not so strong in the communication, or you are not so strong in certain technical aspects, because the market dynamics are changing very fast. Today's practices may not be there tomorrow. Okay, so and also the technological changes are also going to affect the employment opportunities for the young graduates. Every day if you see the layoffs and a lot of things, IT layoffs will also have an impact on the management, the employment of the management graduates. So you need to learn your own skills and you need to upgrade yourself. Other day I was listening to one of the managing director of one of the leading company. He was talking about few things and I tried to get some few other things. One, he said, when we are recruiting the young graduates or any management graduates or management trainees, we look at the credibility. The credibility is a very important part. How to develop the credibility and how to make yourself a credible employee and how to create the credibility among the mindsets of the recruiters is a very important part. Then there is one is competency. You have to develop a competency for yourself. The employer or a recruiter or a manager or a faculty, anybody should feel that yes, he is a competent guy, so that I can do the task and he is fully equipped with that. As Beckham said, the collaboration, networking, interact with the people, appreciate the efforts of the people, and finally, the character. A very, very essential part. So, the credibility with the competency, collaboration, and the character will make you a great manager. So, developing these skills is not so easy and at the same time not so difficult. You have a qualified and competent faculty here, and you have an industry resource persons also here as an advisory or as a visiting faculty. Interact more and more with them and try to understand their styles and also get the best inputs, try to implement it. And whenever there is these institution organizes many lectures, interactions with the people, whenever you get an opportunity, grab the opportunity and interact with them, try to emulate and try to get the best out of it. With these viewers, I once again congratulate you and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's my honor to introduce our guest of honor, Devi Prasad Dash Garu, CHRO, Apollo Health and Lifestyle Limited. Mr. Devi Prasad Dash is the Chief Human Resource Officer, CHRO at Apollo Health and Lifestyle Limited. He serves on the executive leadership of the organization. Mr. Devi Prasad is a chartered professional in HR with certification in SHRM, SCP, ODCP and CIPD. He has over 19 years of experience in the field of human resource management across IT, retail and healthcare industries in India and UAE. He has led large and complex country HR functions and has experience in managing diverse multicultural environments and complex and specialized workforces, having worked with organizations like VPS Healthcare Group UAE, Apollo Hospitals and Unisys India. He has a proven record of accomplishment in HR business partnering, strategic HR planning, HR transformation, HR change management, HR policy and compliance, talent acquisition, talent management, and employee relations. He has been conferred with various HR leadership awards and has been recognized as a top 30 talent leaders of 2024 by Forbes India, Economic Times HR Leader of the Year 2024, Best Leader Award at Apollo Group 2024, Asia's 100 Power Leaders in HR in the year 2022, and also the top 100 TA Pi Young HR Leader 2022. He is a seasoned HR professional and has been associated with multiple HR forums like SHRM, NHRDN, and ISTD. With his vast experience and deep insights in the field of human resource, may I now invite Mr. Devi Prasad Dash Garu to kindly share his thoughts with us.
Namaste all, a very heartfelt welcome. My name is Devi Prasad, not the one from Hera Fairy movie. This is the one that works with Apollo Health and Lifestyle. I request all of you to give me a huge round of applause. Look, I need this beforehand because afterwards there is no guarantee. Someone very knowledgeable once told me the best way to address a tea gathering is to stand up, speak up, and very quickly wrap up. So what it means is we'll have a good beginning, a very quick ending, and nothing in between. So I'm just clarifying to all the dignitaries here what is that I'm going to speak. But yes, at the outset, jokes apart, thank you so much VPISM and all the dignitaries here on and off the dais and all the panelists here. It's a pleasure to be here, and I was told that I was given 15 minutes to speak, which is very interesting because I usually take 15 minutes just to clear my throat and get started. So I was told that we have a young, energetic batch of 2025, 2027 here today. So I will have 4 lines for you before we get started. नए सपनों का आंगन है, नए सपनों का आंगन है, नए इरादों का बात है। VDISM की इस मंच पे हर एक नया कदम का शुरुआत है। ये सफर सिर्फ किताबों का नहीं, खुद से मिलने का रास्ता है। MBA सिर्फ एक डिग्री नहीं, एक नई सोच का वास्ता है। So friends, what I'm trying to communicate here is, first of all, I'd like to tell you that you are all the top bearers of VDISM. And I would like to start this by sharing a short story which was told by one of my friends to me. So there's a father and a daughter, and they were playing in a seashore, and the daughter is around 5 years of age. And suddenly a big wave came in. Samandar ka layer hota hai na? A big wave came in. And both of them got drenched. And the daughter is telling to her father, Papa, don't worry, you will not get drowned. And the father with a lot of curiosity asked, how come beta? Because I am holding your hand. So team, you are holding the hand of VVISM, all of you, because without you, VVISM is nothing. And with you, it is everything. So put a big round of applause for all of you. And the reason I am saying this is, business school is not just about mastering slides. It's about mastering the spark to power dreams. right? So today is not just an inauguration of your MBA journey, it's the activation of your potential. It's the beginning of a new entity and identity and the continuation of your dream. Every parents who have whispered to their child. So can you have a big round of applause for all the parents here, please? And especially the people who are sitting on the last row, because I always believe the best brains are found in the last rows of the classroom and the seminar halls. So let me share with you another short story. There's a very young lady who walked into a first day of B school and notebook in her hand, heart in full of fire and mind full of questions. And she was asking herself, am I good enough? Can I survive this competitive environment? She wasn't the loudest, not the smartest, but she was consistent. So first I spoke about mindset, second I'm going to talk about is consistency. So she took the last bench, but always raised her hand. She wasn't the first to speak, but she was never the last to give up as well. 2 years later, she wasn't just placed, but she was remembered. And today I know she's mentoring 10 students on the same issue, right? So team, what I'm going to tell you is, it's all about, are you in a position to apply our thought, introspect our performance, endure new modes, challenge the limit, value the progress, and make a difference? If yes, all of you can, and definitely I'm sure you will. And it's not just about management, right? It's about mastering yourself. Now, since all our dignitaries have also spoken about 5 I's, and we have spoken about 3 or 4 C's, I will also not left behind. Let me also add some framework today. मैं भी देश में क्यों पीछे रहूं? मुझे भी बनना है, मैं लेखा मैम जैसा, प्रसाद साहब जैसा, right? So I will also talk about 3 D's, not the one D stands for D. I'll talk about some other D's. And this D is first going to be about discover, right? So discover who are beyond your CV, right? Your profile, your candidature, and beyond your scores, beyond the LinkedIn bios or aptitude test, who you really are. Because 5 fingers are not same. Everyone is unique. Don't try to be, similar. Try to be unique. Create your own brand in the college, in the society, in the institution. Be yourself. Second, I'm going to talk about second D is design. Design is design the life that you want, not just the career. Why only jobs? Why can't you be entrepreneur? Right? So think beyond ceiling. Think beyond jobs, beyond career, beyond life. Think first, how can you be happy? First of all. If happiness is a state of mind, if you can be happy, everything you do in your life, nothing can stop you, right? And design your mindset, design your routines, and design your own inner voice. Apni dil ki suno. And the third thing I'm going to talk about is deliver. Deliver is show every day, irrespective of liking it, not liking it. Because especially when it's hard, is deliver for, if not for yourself, for your team, for your friends, for your parents, or for the near and dear ones who are trying to give you the required support, right? Because degree don't open doors, discipline walks you through them. Remember, if you are disciplined, you can find your own way. Having said this, when you do this, do it with humility in your heart, humbleness, kindness. Those traits are yours. Nobody can take those traits when you have this with you. And why do I say this? Because कहते हैं हिंदी में नए राहें हैं, नई मंजिलें, थोड़ी देर है पर बहुत हौसले भी हैं. कल किसने देखा है पर आज तो अपना है. So live for today is what I always believe, rather than just only thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is not in a control. You can prepare for the tomorrow. You can work towards it, but enjoy today as well. And in this MBA, let me tell you a few things which is a reality of life, because myself being at BTech and MBA grad, I can also tell this to you with my experience. MBA is a place where you will make friends over sleepless presentations. PPT बनाना पड़ता है, केस स्टडीज में काम करना पड़ता है, ग्रुप डिस्कशन होते हैं, लेक्चर्स के बाद आपको अलग मिलकर चाय के टपरी के नीचे बैठ के डिस्कस करना है कल के फैकल्टी के कैसे असाइनमेंट्स कंप्लीट करना है. So these things will happen. Discover that group assignments are silent members. Sometimes you will feel somebody is silent doesn't mean that he doesn't know anything. Maybe he's taking his time to settle down and realize that coffee is no longer a beverage, but it's a survival strategy. कभी भी रात को 12 बजे कॉफी पीना पड़ता है, just to ensure that this thing. And 5 things you need to remember when you start doing this is ask bold questions. There's a sir who start a speech, he asks a question, right? So keep asking questions and also don't be afraid of giving the solutions, right? Even if when you are scared. So ask bold questions. Second is respect everyone, whether it's a security guard or one who is cleaning our floors or the director of the institute. Respect everyone equally, right? And third is find your tribe. Find what are the challenges that you have and you cheer for yourself first. Because motivation always comes from within. And don't worry to fail. Because if you fail fast, you will recover faster and you will reflect faster. डरना मत यार, right? कहते हैं कि अगर सब कुछ मिल जाएगा जिंदगी में तो तमन्ना किसकी करोगे? अगर सब कुछ मिल जाएगा जिंदगी में तो तमन्ना किसकी करोगे? कुछ अधूरी ख्वाहिशें तो जिंदगी जीने का मजा देती है, right? So life is all about that. And finally, call your home, speak to your parents. Don't say that मैं busy हूँ. Make it a timetable. दिन में 5 मिनट भी हो, right? 9 बजे हो, 10 बजे हो. Talk to your parents. Talk to your near and dear ones. जो उनसे ज़्यादा केस स्टडी है नहीं है. Parents से हर दिन हर रात बात करना है. And that I have made it a habit. And finally, I'd like to sum it up by saying that this campus will give you knowledge. This journey is going to give you perspective, but it's you who is going to give it all. Meaning, what I have to say is that be extra empathetic, be extraordinary, and be you. And because when you write your story, write it well, live it loud, and never ever forget who you are. I like to sum it up now by saying that उड़ान उन्हीं को मिलती है जो ठोकर से दोस्ती कर लेते हैं. उड़ान उन्हीं को मिलती है जो ठोकर से दोस्ती कर लेते हैं. जो रातों को रोए लेकिन सुबह फिर मुस्कुराए. So keep smiling guys and have a lovely time and I wish you all the best. If you need any support, anything, we're all there to help you out. Don't worry, this is a journey. Live in the life and live in the moment. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was truly inspiring. Now, it's our privilege to introduce the chief guest for today, Mr. Sridip Kesavan Garu, Chief Executive Officer, Heritage Foods. Mr. Sridip is a Chief Executive Officer. And College of Engineering, Trivandrum. Mr. Sridip is an innovative marketer and enterprising business leader with a strong expertise in understanding consumer desires and converting them into scalable business propositions. Before joining Heritage Food, Mr. Sridip was the Vice President, Marketing at Coca-Cola India, leading the juices category. Mr. Sridip has also held the global leadership position at Agri-Commodity Global Leader Autumn International, Singapore. As an engineer prior to entering the field of business, he worked at the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in the Bombay High oil fields. He described himself as a constant learner with broad fields of interest and constantly seeking to push himself out of his comfort zone. With that spirit of innovation and leadership, may I now invite Mr. Sridip Kesavan Garu to kindly deliver his address.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all the dignitaries on dais, Dr. Rao, Nigama, Dr. Durga Prasad, Devi Prasad, and Ma'am, Dr. Jayashree, and all the students. I welcome you to this most momentous occasion in your lives so far. And I'm just reflecting on how short and how unimpressive my CV looked compared to the speakers who spoke before me, and how much pressure that puts on me because I have to put up a display. Right? I'm the chief guest. I don't have the sense of humor like Mr. Dash here. Who's very eloquent, not just with his humor, but also with all the shairi. I was literally, this person could actually be a TED speaker, right? And of course, ma'am is an academician, plus she is an education strategist. So it was expected that she will be delivering a very impactful speech. And I remember all the 5 eyes. I hope each one of you will also. I don't know how many of you are all making notes. If you're not, you should. In case you don't have pen and paper, you can make notes on your smartphones. It's allowed. Yeah, because some of these things should remain with you. And success will belong to those who are able to keep this in the back of the mind and apply it at various critical turning points in our life. And of course, we spoke about 3 C's, 4 D's. They're all very powerful. And when you would have listened to what I have to say, you will probably feel that there's a lot of commonality in what we are trying to say. Right? It might have certain acronyms. There might be certain words. But imbibe the third I in Lekha ma'am's speech. The imbibe the essence of what we are trying to say, and make it your own. And that's what I hope and I wish for you. And why did I say this is a momentous day? Momentous in the sense, of course, you're starting on a new journey. Everything you will do from now on will be different from what you would have done till now. I don't know, many people might have done, and when you meet your friends, and I'm sure that you must have already made a few friends, you will see that they would all have studied or come from different backgrounds. PGDM or management is one work stream. It's very unique. It's one work stream which unifies multiple streams. You will find that some of your friends might have been science graduates, some of them arts graduates, or some of them engineers, some of them doctors, right? Recently we had one management trainee. I was very curious and very delighted to learn that she was actually a dental doctor, and after doing PGDM, dental medicine, she chose to pursue management. So management is actually very unique in that it's actually a unifying stream where multiple streams unite, and that's why, which means actually people come from different walks of life on this momentous occasion and decide how you're going to lead the world into the future, right? That is why everything from now on will be different. And on that point, I want to speak about some of the things which I believe all of us are reading and thinking about more and more these days, and often wondering how the world of the future will look. Mr. Devi Prasad Das, he spoke about live today or live in the moment now and don't worry about tomorrow. I truly respect that. But life is not about being unidimensional, right? You need to enjoy dichotomy of life, which means that you should have the ability to see both aspects, right? While I respect what he said, I also truly believe that as management graduates, you need to have your eyes set on the future, or at least what you imagine the future could be. Because in your imagination lies the future of the world. Don't think about your future, but imagine the future of the world. And now don't think. There were lots of questions Dr. Rao asked, and I can actually see some of you students in the crowd, lip syncing or mouthing some of the answers was not loud enough to say that answer in the word. We'll speak a little bit about that as I speak along, about confidence and stuff like that. But the fact is, each one of you sitting in this room can shape the world, right? And hence, it is important for you to think a little bit about what's coming in. So, I'm just going to read out some of the things that I think that all of us are concerned about or thinking about. Anyone of you heard of AGI? Anyone? No stress. raise your arm if you have heard of. Okay, now AGI is artificial general intelligence. Yeah, artificial general intelligence. The reason why I say, as in people, it's still a new term, right? The world that we live in today, you must be aware of LLM, large language models, or what we call as generative AI, right? It is still called as ANI, artificial narrow intelligence, right? And AGI is artificial general intelligence. Artificial general intelligence is usually spoken in conjunction with singularity. Now, I'm not very sure if you haven't heard of AGI, you may not be aware of singularity. Now, singularity is a concept. Just to simplify it, it means where the machine meets the man, where you cannot differentiate between what a machine can do and what a man can do. Right? When I say man, woman, of course. Right? Now, AGI and singularity was earlier predicted to happen in 2060. And in 2060, that's still like many of you guys will be 50 plus, right? So you think that, okay, that's not for me to worry about. And I still have time. And I live in the moment, or live in today. Last year, or rather actually earlier this year, in the month of January, they revised the prediction of singularity. It is now predicted that singularity will be achieved in 2040. So in a matter of 2 or 3 years, this singularity has moved closer to us by 20 years. And there are these doomsayers, people who love to predict how the world is going to completely drastically change and everything is going to end. They are predicting singularity might be reached in 2030 as well. And you should know it's not just artificial intelligence in the sense of software programming, but also computing power in terms of, for example, you must be aware that Microsoft and Google are on a race to create quantum computers that are 1,000 times more powerful than current computers. Right now, a combination of hardware and software could push this date much closer. Now, we're already living in the world of agentic AI. I'm sure that you're all aware of agentic AI, right? Agentic AI is where artificial intelligence can act as an agent, right? And you must be wondering, what is a dairyman talking about AI and stuff like that? Now, just to explain you how pervasive it is, we are in the milk business. So what we sell is nothing but milk, curd, paneer and all of that, right? And just imagine how this was done 20, 25 years ago. And today, we have AI gurus for our salesmen on the field. And these gurus, and like some of you people, I see that you're a little shy in answering, right? It's very human nature that you don't want to speak out in the crowd because you are concerned whether you'll be put down or whether what you say is wrong. But an AI guru is someone who can help you coach in your bathroom, just like bathroom singing. You don't need to do that in front of anyone, right? So it's like an agent. It's almost like a human being. He's able to respond to you. He's able to talk to you, right? Like your chat GPT. But just imagine if there is an avatar. Like I could be doing this presentation or speech using my hologram, right? Now that's agentic AI. It's already happening. For those who are not aware, it's already happening. Many of the companies are already deploying these things, right? Now, I was just reading a report a couple of weeks back by Ernst & Young, EY, is one of the top management consultants. They said in India alone, 38 million jobs could be impacted. Don't worry about it. Impacted, not in the sense negatively impacted. Let me say they may change. Okay? Which is about 24% of the tasks that we do will be different in just 6 years' time. 5 years' time, 2030. Time flies. I'm still in 2024. Alright? In 5 years' time. Which means by the time you would have passed out of this institute and 2 or 3 years down the line, 24% of the tasks that are today, like for example, companies like ours, we may not be hiring for the same skills that we are hiring today, right? It'll be different. But there's all a bright spot in all of this, right? You know, Goldman Sachs, I'm sure that you're aware of it. They're also a leading financial global powerhouse. Goldman Sachs predicts that all of this will mean this will add 7% to the global GDP. 7%. That's massive. Right? 7% of global GDP is probably double the size of India's economy. Right? Which means it's just that it's not don't look at it as a bad thing or a negative thing. It's just studied in a time when computers were not so prevalent as it is today. In fact, even smartphone, as in today you cannot live without a smartphone, right? Smartphone happened just 20 odd years ago. In fact, 18 years ago, 2007 was when the first smartphone was launched, right? So just imagine how fast things are changing, right? So when computers came, people said that, okay, jobs are not going to be the same, people won't have jobs, this is going to result in massive layoffs, etc. Nothing happened. We today have 8 billion people on this world, on Earth, and we're thriving. Because you know what? At the root or at the core of it is what we call as human enterprise. Right? And just think about it. About 600 million years ago is when man made the first, when I say man, I'm sorry, see man, this is not very gender neutral, it's a gender neutral term. Man today has become gender neutral. Apologies, man. Yeah, it was 600. You are not included in the video. Right, yeah. Applause for that. So, 600 million years ago is when human beings made the first major invention, fire. Right? And just imagine, for us to have, it's not fire. Fire was already naturally occurring. The invention was how to control it and to make it happen when you want. Like I imagine, I need fire now. Can I make it happen, or do I have to wait for the next lightning strike? Right? So, that's just imagine. It took so many years, millions of years for us to make the next invention, which was probably a wheel, which could transport material, etc. Things are just getting faster, which means the human enterprise is getting better and better, right? And today we are sitting in the heart of the human enterprise, which is an educational institution. That's the reason why I'm giving this. I normally wouldn't be speaking about these things. I give a lot of speeches to my team at the corporate. I speak to corporate people as well. But this is not a speech I would give for corporate people. This is something that I would like to speak to students. Because students are the heart of human enterprise. Many of us here have passed our prime. We may not produce much, as I'm sure I will continue to produce. But I think that the trajectory that you have in producing outcomes of human enterprise far exceed what collectively what we can do, right? Hence the following points that I'm going to speak about, right? I'm afraid my speech might be much longer than my CV and my accomplishments. I hope you can bear with that. Right. So, Dr. Rao asked here first in the beginning, what is the one thing or two things, he asked the two things, which corporate India is, or corporate India expects from you, right? like to slightly tweak the word. Let me say what this fast-changing world expects from you, right? The answer would still be the same. So that congratulations to that person who answered the question. The first answer is leadership. Leadership. So today, whatever I'm going to speak about is leadership. Now, you will probably wonder, why am I being spoken to about leadership? Leadership is something that will happen after I finish my MBA, then I join a company, and then I become a manager, then a senior manager, then a general manager, then I'll be a leader. No. I prefer, there is this great management thinker, his name is Randall Stutman. Those who are interested should look up. Randall Stutman is a guy, he was a professor of Harvard Business School. He was a person who dedicated his entire life in studying leadership traits. So he studied hundreds and thousands of leaders. And he wanted to come up with a very simple one-line definition of what leadership is. And when I tell you this, you will realize that leadership is not a position that you will get at some point in time in life. Right? The definition reads, leadership is the courage. Leadership is not a position, it's not a person, it's not a title. It's a courage to make a difference to people or situations. Leadership is a courage to make a difference to people or situations. Now, you might have witnessed that there is a traffic jam. Sometimes some of our cities, most of our cities in India, you've got very bad drivers, and people come in the wrong way, and then there is an interlock. Everybody is stuck. Nobody can move, right? It's a situation. You must have seen some good Samaritans jumping out of the car, coming in, and then they would be acting like traffic police. Right? They'll be clearing up one side, and then suddenly in 10 minutes, the traffic block is released. What is that person showing? Leadership. Leadership is the courage. It requires courage. It starts with courage. Right? To make a difference to people and situations. Now, as people, you must be thinking that, what difference can I make? Now, let me tell you, you really don't know your own power. Each one of you sitting in this room has got enormous power. And you will only realize that power, and I want you to reflect on what I'm saying, when you go home outside this room, and when you go back to your classroom or at home. Reflect on the influence and impact you leave on the person right next to you. Could be your friend, your brother or sister, mother, parent, neighbor. Sometimes you must wonder, they listen to what you say. Mother, let's not do it like that. Mother, shall we go to a movie tonight? Brother, don't study engineering. You should focus on computer science. Do we make these comments to people next to us? We do it all the time without realizing the power we have over others. If you believe in this, this is called as first degree power. First degree power is exerted over people who listen to you or who give it to you. This itself, when you are convinced, if you feel totally powerless, but I have no influence over any person on earth, there is something that you'll be a wonder. My contact number is with Dr. Jayashree. You could send your photo and CV to me as a person who has no influence over anything. I have never met a person like that, right? So once you realize that, then you will start thinking about how do I create second degree impact, second degree of influence, which is actually a person who is removed one step away from me. They are people who don't like you. I don't know you personally, right? But I'm you at this point in time, right? This is how leadership grows. But for you, you have to convince yourself that yes, I have first degree power on influencing and changing or creating an impact to the people and situations that are first degree separated from me. Fair enough? Okay. And for this, I will give you 4 mantras, which again, 4 Ds and 3 Cs and 5 Is. But these 4 mantras, each one is very powerful. You should remember. I'm going to remember what each person spoke, each of the dignitaries spoke before me. But what I'm going to say are things that I have practiced. These are my life mantras. I'm giving it to you. So this is not from any management book. Of course, I have interlaced it with a lot of management thoughts from great thinkers. But these are things that work for me. Right? I'll start with the first mantra. This is called self-awareness and humility. Right? Self-awareness and humility. Now, just before I was to come up on stage and speak to you, my heart was racing. It was. I was getting, you can call it excited, right? It's called the dopamine rush. Yeah? But many of you guys, many of you people mistake it for anxiety. Too much of that is anxiety, right? But since I've been speaking in public for quite a while now, so I have realized that it is just the energy within me waiting to explode. Right? That's how I am. Now, but if I was not aware of this, I took some deep breaths sitting there. How many of you feel like that? If I just suddenly call you up on the stage and say that, okay, now you have to give a speech. How many of you have your heart racing? Oh, yeah. Only one gentleman raised the... Okay. There are several now raising hands, right? So just imagine, I was feeling the same way. Right? So self-awareness, this is just an example. So I call it, there's a word which I like a lot. It's called metacognition. Metacognition. Heard of this word? Okay, ma'am here has heard. I think we should speak about some of these things in the classes. See, metacognition, there is a guru, very controversial though, very, very, very controversial, but I love him a lot. Osho, Rajneesh. He speaks about metacognition a lot, but I did not pick up metacognition from Osho. Don't scandalize me, right? But see, but he simplifies it very, very much. He speaks about the monkey on your shoulder. He speaks about this other you that is observing you all the time, right? How many of you know? This is something that I have practiced very consciously, very, very consciously over the years. So I'm sometimes to the extent that there are 2 me's, right? So this is to what extent you can do this. It depends on you, right? It comes with a bit of meditation. You can practice it, right? So why metacognition is important? First is to observe your own moods. Your own moods. Sometimes when someone says things that you don't like, you become grumpy, right? You sulk. You sit in a corner. You don't talk. As leaders, we should be aware what that does to the person sitting next to you. It could be a family member. It could be someone who is working with you. Right? When you sulk and when you withdraw and when you're in a grumpy mood, that impacts people. Right? So remember what I said. Leadership is the courage to make a difference to people and situations around you. You should be very, very, very conscious of yourself. And the way to do that is observe yourself. Every time you say something, you think something, think currently as I'm speaking, there are thoughts going on in your mind. Can you step out of yourself and observe your own thoughts? That's what I'm talking about. Practice this. This mantra will help you. And along with it comes humility. Now, great leaders, there is this great management thinker called Jim Collins. He's famous for the book called Good to Great, and many others, right? Now, Jim Collins speaks about great leaders. Great leaders are those who are able to combine humility with great resolve. Humility with great resolve. Few things, some of the characteristics of such people, they admit mistakes. Right? Now, I can tell you, I'm not saying that no leaders or any of us here is perfect. I'm definitely too far away from being perfect. I have this habit of speaking ahead of others. And in my team meetings, sometimes I really try to hold and not say anything till everybody has shared their thoughts. But sometimes I say things. And when I say things, what happens is, everybody starts saying the same thing. Because why? Boss is always right. So this is one big danger, right? And then I lead the whole team into a big mistake. Okay? So humility is having the courage to admit that I'm wrong. And people who work with me know this. I always say I'm wrong. So sometimes you wonder, are you always wrong? Sometimes I get it right. Okay, and most of the time I get it right when I listen to others. So I admit mistakes, right? And focus on what you don't know rather than what you already know. Because many a times, and it's okay when someone asks a question, you should answer the question. But more than that, focus on things that you don't know and encourage difference in opinion. Now, I'll just give one quote which you might want to remember. Now, humility is it's not like, don't think that humility means that I'm thinking less of myself. Like, I'm thinking less of yourself means thinking that you're a small person. No. Humility is just that you're thinking of yourself less. You're thinking more of other things. That's all. Of other people, other situations, right? You're just not thinking like, just do this practice. So the first mantra is, what is it? You remember? Self-awareness and humility, right? Now, always at the end of the day, you can keep a journal. You can write, how many times did I think about myself, right? Over a period in time, it should become less and less and less and less. You should think, or rather observe. You don't need to think. You observe yourself, your moods, feelings, and your thoughts, right? The second mantra that I have, it was in my, when they introduced me, I don't know if you paid attention to it, I described myself as a student for life, right? The second mantra is all about that. It's cultivating curiosity, endless curiosity. Endless curiosity. Now, we're all lucky people that we were born in an era before computers became very popular. So we all used to go to libraries. We used to read books, right? I have two teenage boys, and they are far more knowledgeable than I, but they don't read many books as I do, right? But I encourage them, and I'm encouraging you as well. Read and learn as much as you can. Endlessly. Now here I'll give you 2 points to remember. Cultivate both deep and broad learning. What do I mean by this? Deep learning is about building domain expertise. What you really want to learn, just go, like for example, if you want to learn about marketing, you should go as deep as it is possible. The more you go, you realize how much you don't know. Only when you learn more will you realize how much you don't know. But at the same time, don't just become a specialist. Cultivate broad learning. Broad learning, there is no better place to do that than a B school. Remember what I said. This is a place where people from multiple streams culminate, come together. You should share, exchange ideas. You should learn and read on things that have got nothing to do with you. Like, if I could just give you my examples, I read upon genetics. I read upon things like neuroplasticity and stuff like that. It's got nothing to do with the daily business I do. Right? The more diverse you learn, the better you develop the faculties of your brain, because the human enterprise requires a very dynamic brain which is able to figure out patterns. When you learn on, like you are B school students, but learn about genetics, about molecular biology, pick up a book and read about this fantastic work that's going on today on longevity, about how to increase human life, how you can live till the age of 120. Fantastic work. Pick up a book and read. And when you read, it will open up a completely new window that you are not aware of. Not that you're going to apply it immediately, but you never know, because brain is a monster. It will manifest in new different ways. The third mantra I will talk about is practice. Practice deeply. Practice. Now, a lot of people I come across, they stay on the surface, right? And they don't. You need to practice, and practice comes by applying what you have learned, right? And I'm a great fan of Japanese thinking, and there's this concept, I don't know if you have heard of it, called shuhari. Have you heard of it? Okay, shuhari are 3 levels of mastery, and these Japanese guys, they're so good. They've got a concept for everything, like Kaizen and stuff like that, right? Shuhari are 3 levels of mastery. Shu is just practicing following the rules. What your teacher taught in class, just practice. Like for example, if it's a marketing class about how to write a positioning statement, there might be a few examples. What is IKEA's positioning? What is Coca-Cola's positioning? Just practice. Just practice. Or it could be about, let's say, some HR practices or whatever. Just practice first. Then, that is shu. Then comes ha. Then ha is when you start to bend the rules a little bit. Just first is follow the rules. Second is to bend the rules, which is actually trying to define it the way it becomes your art once you get into ha, which is basically still within the structure of what the teacher taught, but you're innovating. You're trying to create something which is new, which didn't exist before. Try it. Like, if, you must have heard this. If that were so, could this be true kind of thing? That is ha level, right? Like you've learned it in the case study of some particular company. Can it be true in a new sense? That is ha. Now comes re. Re is when you reach absolute mastery, where you can create new. Right? But re will not happen if you are not a very broad learner. Broad learning means that you know a lot of things even outside your domain of expertise. That is when you can do Re. I can tell you about a great practitioner of Re. You'll all know him. Bruce Lee. Heard of him? Yeah. Can you just imagine this? Remember this. I don't think anyone will forget it. Shu Ha Re. Bruce Lee operated at the level of Re. Right? He created his own martial arts. Martial arts is thousands of years old. And he created his own martial arts called Jeet Kune Do. Right? He reached that level where he created a new way of martial arts. Right? That's guru level. Right? It also follows very similar to what I said. Shu is when you have humility. Ha is when you have curiosity. Re is when you reach the level of wisdom. Like a guru, right? So, but all of this, I'm not saying I'm at the level of Re. There are certain things that I practice or I've begun to practice at the level of Re. But I'm still in the Shu and Ha phase, right? Knowing the distinction whether you're in a Shu, Ha or Re will make a difference. But if you're not even started with Shu, you're not going to make an impact that you potentially can. And finally, the fourth mantra, and this is most important of all, is to pursue happiness and fulfillment. Why this is important? Now, there are two concepts, two completely different concepts I'll speak about here. There's a Japanese concept again called Ikigai. Yeah? Ikigai is a Japanese concept. They've actually, as in these guys take everything to a next level. They say, as in, they come and spoke about this when she spoke about how when you really love what you do, when you really love what you do, work doesn't seem like work. Right? You're just being. Every day is like being, living. Right? Most of the successful people that you see around you are people who are in that being stage. Because for them it's not work. They're just being themselves. Right? Of course, many of us are in the continuum between zero to being. Right? Now I'll tell you what Ikigai concept talks about. The first is passion. What are you really passionate about? What is your real love? I love to draw. I love to paint. I love to sing. There's a person who sang so well in the morning. That's your passion. Yeah? Then comes profession. Profession is about what you do. What are you good at? As in, you love to sing, but are you good at doing it? Are you good at singing? You love to paint. Are you really good at painting? That's profession. Third comes vocation. Okay, you're good at it. Is it going to pay money? Can you make a living out of it? Right? That's, I think, sometimes the most important thing. You love things a lot. You're very good at doing it. And you're actually wondering whether it will pay for me. And finally, mission. What is this something that the world wants? Like, for example, you could be one of those international criminals. You're very good at, you really love disrupting the world and you're really good at it. And it's something that can really pay. But is this what the world wants? Right? At the center of it lies Ikigai, if you're able to find that. So through this journey of your management life, which starts today, see if you can figure out what your Ikigai is. There's another great thinker called Sir Ken Robinson. He's a great educational strategist, like ma'am here, and he passed away a few years ago. Sir Ken Robinson has a similar concept called elements. If you haven't heard of it, you could Google it and you could watch a TED talk by Sir Ken Robinson on it. He's an educational reformist. Now he says beauty lies in the intersection of passion and natural talent. If you have a natural talent and something that you're really passionate about, you're just going to explode, you're just going to succeed. Work feels like play for such people. So, these are the 4 mantras which actually I practice a lot, and that's actually helped me. So, I'll just reiterate what I said so that some of it at least stays with you. First is leadership as the courage to make a difference to the people and situations around you. I talked about first degree influence that you have, people who listen to you. Think about the influence you have on them, and think if you can exert similar influence on people who are second degree removed from you, right? Which are people you don't know. And practice it slowly, right? I spoke about the 4 mantras on how to get there. The first is self-awareness and humility, right? We spoke about metacognition, which is observing yourself, right? And humility is not to think less of yourself or think of yourself less. Means think more about other things, right? We spoke a little bit about curiosity and deep and broad learning. Both are important. Pick up something which you are totally unfamiliar with outside your comfort zone and read up and learn. The third thing we spoke about is practice. Shu, Ha, Ri. Remember Bruce Lee. Can you be Bruce Lee in your space? And the last thing we spoke about is be in your elements. Be in your elements or your ikigai. Like certain people are in their elements. They are born to do that, right? If you're able to find that, then magic will happen, right? There is this great saying by Michelangelo. He's a great artist and someone who has redefined how the world looks at art. He says, tragedy is not that people aim too high and miss it. Tragedy is not that people aim too high and miss it. The biggest tragedy in life is that people aim too low and achieve it. So just remember this. It doesn't matter whether you hit the jackpot or the bullseye that you aim for. It's important what you aim for in your life and in the heights that you can see for yourself and the world around you. Thank you very much. God bless you all. All the best.
Thank you, sir. That was truly insightful. It's now time to hear from someone we all deeply admire, our guiding light.
Please join me in welcoming Dr. V. Jayasri, Dean and Director in charge of PBISM to address her gathering.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the formal inauguration of our new PGDM batch at PBISM. Today is a special day, a day filled with hope, fresh aspirations and new beginnings. My gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Sridip Kishwan, and our guest of honor, Mr. Devi Prasad Gaj, for having taken time out of their schedules and making it on a Monday morning. Monday mornings are not easy. They bring a special kind of madness, the chaotic symphony of emails, meetings and the caffeine-fueled urgency that jolts us back to the rhythm of the work week. I am truly honored to be sharing this desk with a distinguished panel of dignitaries. It is especially an emotional moment for me and a fulfilling moment for me to welcome 2 of my mentors, Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad and Ms. Lekha Sister. Their influence on my personal journey has been both profound and enduring. To be able to now share the stage with them is a humbling privilege and a personal milestone. I thank them deeply for their continued guidance and for gracing this occasion. My heartfelt gratitude goes out to our visionary management team, our Principal Director, Sri Srinivas Acharya Garu in absentia, our President, Sri GSSV Rao Garu, our Treasurer, Sri Ramakrishna Chinnam Garu, whose unwavering support has been instrumental in helping us shape the Institute's academic Dr. Srikanth and all the other faculty colleagues for encouraging us by being present here today. To our dear faculty and staff, thank you for your commitment, hard work and passion in preparing for this arrival. Defining moment in your life. Over the next 2 years, and as Dr. Durga Prasad said, it is not 2 full years, it's only 365 days if you count the number of working days that you would be attending classes. You will not only gain management knowledge and technical skills, but also grow as individuals, discover your passion, and forge lifelong relationships. That I put it in quotes. Our aim is to create thinkers, leaders, and professionals who are not only successful but also ethical, empathetic, and responsible citizens of the world. You are stepping into an ecosystem that will challenge you, it will support you, and it will help you emerge stronger and be more self-aware. Make the most of every classroom, every project, every conversation, because this journey will not just shape your career, but also your character. And to the proud parents who are present with us today, I offer you my deepest assurance. We understand the trust that you have placed in us by sending your ward to BVISM. We take that responsibility very seriously. Our faculty, staff, and leadership are committed to nurturing your ward, not just academically, but holistically, ensuring that they are equipped for the challenges of the future while being rooted in values. Today is the commencement of the 3-week orientation program, which we aptly call Varadhi. Varadhi means bridge, and is thoughtfully designed. It's a 3-week orientation program for all the incoming PGDM students. True to its name, Varadhi serves as a bridge connecting students' academic aspirations with the professional rigor and expectations of the business world. Varadhi is more than an introduction. It is a launch pad that blends learning, reflection, and interaction, setting the tone for the transformational 2-year experience of yours in management education. You will hear more on this soon. I am not here to take a lesson on that. As we stand at the threshold of a new academic year, let us all, students, faculty, parents, and management, commit to excellence, empathy, and ethical growth. Thank you once again for your presence today. I wish each and every student an aspiring and rewarding journey at BVISM. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. We now invite Dr. M. Mahipal Reddy, Program Coordinator, to the of academic programs and opportunities awaiting our juniors.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to invite all the fresh batch students who are going to join us from today onwards for the PGDM program. I invite you with whole heart and to come up, to talk about PGDM program at BVISM. It's a 2-year program, 4 semesters, and it's having a lot of unique features. Let me talk about a few of them here. The first one is the faculty with a blend of academics as well as industry experts. Here, typically we follow a percentage of 70 to 30, whereas 70% academics. You learn from the faculty who are there in the campus, and another 30%, the people from the industry who are going to come and teach you. I mean, what is that they are going to teach you? Probably we will understand a little more about this in the upcoming Varadhi sessions. Second one is experiential learning. We believe in experiential learning, wherein you will undergo simulations, rural immersion, and field visits, and on-course projects. A lot of things that you're going to do that's going to help you in learn that particular thing. Third one is, most favorite one for the students who are going to join the PGDM and similar programs, that is active student life on campus. I mean, all studies with no entertainment, and I believe it is going to be a little boring. So to add that flavor also, we have clubs, we conduct a lot of festivals. The most favorite one is Holi, and other conferences that definitely will give you some more insights into the academic world as well as the corporate world. The fourth one is alumni. People were talking about 5,000 plus alumni who are there in this particular area from PGDM. So those people are going to help us. We have a beautiful program called AAA, an afternoon with alumni, wherein alumni is going to visit the campus, they're going to share their experiences, they share their knowledge with you. So that is, these are the four things that makes VBAS and PGDM a unique one. Coming to Varadhi, Director ma'am already talked about that, but I'll not take much time because already you have been introduced about that. But Varadhi means bridge in Telugu. Those who are coming from the colloquial, native language of Telugu, Varadhi means bridge. So what it does, it actually helps you to understand what are your future aspirations and where are you right now. So it will help you to understand the gap between where do you want to be and where are you right now. So this program is going to help you to fill that particular gap. And the second one is, people are talking about dignitaries and diets, talking about skills. The skills what you have right now and what you require when you're going to join the corporate. So that gap also, this particular program Varadhi is going to fill. And what we have for you in this Varadhi program, we have courses on accounting, statistics, communication, and information technology. Not only this, we have inspirational sessions from industry people and knowledge experts, and we have few sessions on mind development also, because our chief guest was talking about the mindset all the time. He was talking about the mindset, so we have few activities. We call them as Ignite. The second one is RRR. Not Rajmouli's RRR, but this is Vishweshwani's RRR. And there is another program which is outbound program. We call it as LEAP, L-E-A-P. Probably all these are having acronyms. I'm following the guests. So all of them are having the guests. All of them are having the acronyms. So that you will come to know when you attend the LEAP, when you attend the Varadhi sessions from tomorrow onwards. And we have few more activities like storytelling. There is a beautiful session by Vinaya Nair. I'm revealing that. Music and effectiveness. So that's a beautiful session. And of course we have sports events. Some of the sports events also planned for you. And we have an interaction event with your seniors also. But what we expect from you, as a program coordinator, I expect 4 things from you. In fact, the same goes with our faculty also. The first one is, I'm just summarizing whatever that we have for the last 1.5 hours. Be curious. I want you to be a little more curious. And be disciplined, because when you're disciplined, automatically you start learning things. So be disciplined. Be collaborative. Again, you're coming from diverse backgrounds. Please understand that every one of you is having a different perspective about the same thing. So be collaborative. Please try to understand the other person's perspective so that you can learn that also. Last one is responsible. I want you to be responsible because we're all talking about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So I want you to be a little more responsible towards your own self, towards your own family, institute, world at large. Let me close this my address to the first year students and others with one Sanskrit saying, Yatra Drishti Tatra Gati. That means where your vision goes, your journey follows. So I wish you all the best and welcome to PGDM Education Forum. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we take a moment to honor and express our heartfelt gratitude to the distinguished guests who have graced today's occasion. I request Shri GSS Venkateshwar Rao Garu, President of VVISM, to kindly come forward and present a token of appreciation to each of our esteemed guests. To begin, we invite him to present a token of appreciation to our chief guest, Shri Keshavan Garu, CEO of Heritage Foods Limited. Thank you, sir. Next, we request him to present a token of gratitude to the guest of honor, Devi Prasad Das Garu, CHRO, Apollo Health and Lifestyle Limited. Thank you, sir. Now, may we invite you to extend a thanks to Lekha Sista Garu, Global Talent Strategist and Board Member. Thank you, ma'am. And finally, we request him to present a token of gratitude to Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad Garu, Executive Director, AIFS. Thank you, sir.
As we come to the end of today's ceremony, we invite Dr. S.R. Prasad, Controller of Assessment and Examination, to propose a vote of thanks.
Yeah, good afternoon to Varadhi present over here. It is my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion, Varadhi 2025, an inaugural session of the PGDM program. At the outset, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Chief Guest, Mr. Sri Deep Keshavan, Chief Executive Officer of Heritage Foods Limited. So, in his speech, sir spoke about 4 mantras. And I assure from all the student community we will follow those 4 mantras. And he also spoke about how the AI is playing a vital role and how it is changing the roles of the people and business. So it's basically a kind of danger alarm. But at the same time, one have to update on this. So thank you for that thoughtful message, sir. And our sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Mr. Devi Prasad Das, Chief Human Resource Officer, Apollo Health and Lifestyle Limited. Sir, your words of wisdom and encouragement have set an inspiring tone for our incoming batch. You have totally have a capturing audience mind the way you started with the storytelling and kind of acronyms and how the life of MBA should be. So it was really great, sir. And we are also thankful to our special invitees, Ms. Lekha Sister, Global Talent Strategist. Thank you, ma'am, for your thoughtful motivation insights. You spoke about 5 I's, that is interact, involve, imbibe, impact and integrity, which are key factors for the success. I hope all the students will follow this. I also thank Dr. C.H.S. Durga Prasad Garu, Executive Director, AIMS, for your continued guidance and support to the management education. And he spoke about how to create a roadmap for success with a limited time in a changing market dynamics. I express my deep appreciation to the visionary promoters of our institution and I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Srinivas Acharya Garu, Chairman of BPGI, and he is the Chief Architect and Founding Pillar of VVSN. Sir, your vision, dedication and relentless efforts have been instrumental in shaping this institution into what it is today. Your journey of nurturing BBSN from its inception to its present station is truly commendable. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Sri GSS Venkateshwara, President of VV Group of Institutions, for his gracious presence and inspiring inaugural address. Sir, your words today were not just motivational but deeply reassuring. He spoke about in his speech about the journey of VBS and how it has started and the tie-ups and the skills required for success. I extend my deepest gratitude to Sri Ramakrishna Chinnam Garu, Treasurer of Vishwavishwani Group of Institutions, for playing a key role in shaping the student community. I would also like to thank our Director, Dr. V. Jayashiman, for the strategic vision and support that continues to strengthen the PGDM program year after year. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. P. Chakravarti, Dean and Controller of Examinations, Dr. M. Madan Mohan, Director MBA, Professor Mir Irfan Burhan, Director IMBA, Dr. Jayant, Director BS and MS Programs, for their gracious presence in today's occasion. Thank you, sirs. A special thanks to Dr. Surya Narayana, Director Admissions, and his dedicated team for their tremendous efforts in onboarding and orienting the new batch. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank the faculty members, administrative staff, and organizing committee for meticulously planning and executing this event. A big shout out to the student coordinators and volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event a grand success. We also thank Mr. Naganayak, Head Operations, for ensuring smooth logistical arrangements that make this event possible, and Mr. Virat Naidu for his support in making today's arrangement. I also thank the press and media representatives for their coverage and support, and extend our gratitude to all the stakeholders, parents, families and well-wishers who are part of this academic journey. Last but not least, I thank our newly joined PGDM students in selecting Vishwavishwani, and may your journey here be one of growth, learning and transformation. And let us carry forward the energy and inspiration of this day into a fruitful academic year ahead. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. I request all the students and faculty to gather near the stage for a group photograph. Students and faculty, please gather near the stage for a group photograph. Yeah. All the freshers and the other department directors also, I request them to gather.
चीफ गेस्ट को सामने बिठा देंगे, सामने भी करेंगे, मैडम में भी करेंगे, वो देखिए। ये कहाँ से आता है जी भाई? बोल रहा हूँ।
Join here. Management training is published in Please.
मैं बोल दूँ। ¿Dónde pasa? Okay, ready? Okay.
Please get back to your seat.
Thank you. Before we part ways, we warmly invite all our guests, faculty, and students to join us for lunch. Kindly proceed to the canteen area